Talking Rangers baseball, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, visiting with the Big Puma, Lance Berkman. How's it feel to be back in Texas, playing ball in Texas?
It feels great. We're all excited to be back in the state and get the season going Sunday night. So, this is a good tune-up for it. I think there's going to be a lot of energy here. A lot of people hopefully will show up, and it'll be fun.
You personally, though, having such success in the Astros and then traveling around and going up to be back at Texas, what's that like for you?
Well, for a good number of years, it was routine just to go to spring training, come back to Texas, being with the Astros. The last couple of years has been a little different, being in St. Louis, but glad to be back in the state and feel right at home here.
Feel healthy this year?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, as healthy as a 37-year-old guy coming off of 2 knee surgeries can feel, but not too bad.
A couple of years ago, you kind of revitalized your career with the Cardinals, and then last year had injury trouble. What kind of things did you do a couple of years ago to hit where you hit to be an All-Star again?
Well, I think it's just health is the main thing. Like you said, last year struggled with injuries most of the year. This year I feel pretty good, so hopefully it'll be a repeat performance of 2011 and not like last year where I barely got to play.
What was it like with Nolan and with John this offseason? What was it easy for them to talk into coming back to Texas?
Yeah, I think mainly just centered around my willingness to go through the rehab to get back to the point where I felt like I could be effective, and when they felt comfortable that I was willing to do that, then it was really a no-brainer for me, and hopefully it will appear that way for them as well at the end of the year.
They talk about your role. Have you talked about your role with Wash, or is it kind of like just let the season play itself out?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a long season. The way the team looks now is probably not what it's going to look like even midway through the season. So you learn to just take it as it comes and play every game as hard as you can, as long as you can, and see where you stand at the end of the year.
You've experienced success, of course, in 2005 with the Astros, success that the Cardinals had when you were there. What does it take in the clubhouse? What are the ingredients that it takes to get to the pinnacle?
Well, you got to have a lot of high character guys. You got to have a lot of guys that value the team above individual accomplishments, and when you have a group of guys that are like-minded in that way, you're going to be successful and you'll have good team chemistry.
All right, Lance Berkman, appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Great stuff from Lance Berkman on 1250 ESPN San Antonio. Good to meet you, man. Good luck this year. Stay healthy.